Hello, hello, hello. It's Crafty Chris here for another Scrap Your Scraps. Thank you for your patience last week. I was quite busy with some projecty things I had to finish up, so I do appreciate that you look forward to seeing these on Thursday. So thank you for your patience in skipping a week. I am back, and it is Thursday night, Scrap Your Scraps, and tonight we're going to take a rather busy piece of paper and create a more simple but still active looking page layout. So what I tend to do with papers like this isn't something I would normally use as is. I have a tendency to want to cut things down when they're this busy. So what I did is I actually separated all the squares, and because I use a lot of squares in my work. So the colors that I took out and did not use were the browns and the turquoises, and that's just because I didn't feel like using them. So, and then I was left with where are we here? Yep, looks good. So I'll use those on another layout at another time. And then I was left with the reds, the oranges. Let's put reds here, oranges there, yellows, greens, and blues. So basically your primary colors. There's one color missing, which is purple, but that's okay. I didn't have purple on the sheet. So what I did was I went through my my 2-inch borders that I have in a little container that goes from 1-inch to 2-inch borders. Let me just show you that just as a reminder. So I have this coffee container, and inside here I have thin borders that are 1 inch or less, and I have thick borders that are from 1 inch to 2 inches. Anything over 2 inches goes into my big paper container, so that I can access papers quickly when I'm throwing things together. Now, I like to use up things that come in packaging, and so we are going to create our page on this packaging white paper. I could do it by just simply gluing things together with tape, but I want to put it right onto a board. Now I'm not going to use all of these because I have picked out some colors to match from my other scrappy bits. So this would be in my big container because it's over 2 inches. These 3 came out of my 2-inch container, and that came out of the bigger container as well. So what I did was I took my color, and I sort of thought to myself, okay, what goes? So this red is very similar, so I chose that red. This side of the page here I thought was fun because it is similar in color to the orange I'm using. And then this yellow I took because it's similar color to my yellow. And then this green I chose because it's similar to my green. And this, because it's so wide, I can use several pieces of it. And then this blue I took, this blue I took because it has similar blue in it. And so they're all patterned and not matchy-matchy, but they're similar in colorways. And so what I want to build here is a 12 by 12 page that has these squares changing direction and color over the page. So you are seeing it in its infancy, yes, that's right. Because I haven't really done this before, you're going to work through it with me, and we'll see how we do. Now I know that if I'm doing if I'm doing this is only going to add up to 10 inches if I do this across the page. So I just want to make sure that I am correct in my thinking. Right, so I have orange. So there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So that leaves me with an inch on either side that I'm going to have to fill in. And because I'm not using all of these colors, I don't think I will have a problem with that. Now, the thing I have to consider though is what colors would they be. So I have the most in 1, 2, 3. So this has 4. 1, 2, 3. That has 4. This has 2, 3, 4, 5. So this one might be one that I can double up on. And the green has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's another one I can possibly double up on. And we have the blue that has 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops, and look, this orange can be doubled up on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so those 3 colors I can double up on. Now, I also have to consider how that's going to lay out on the page. So if I start with red on, no, I'm going to start with yellow on this side. So if I start with yellow on this side, let's assume that I'm filling my 2 inches here. And then I go to red, let's say. And then I go to blue, which is not optimum, but we'll try it. Then I go to no. So I need to have orange here. So orange, yellow, and then I need to have green here. No, blue here. Nope, green here. Ooh. Then blue. Then red. See, that's not going to work either. If I have orange there, if I have red here, that goes to orange, that goes to orange, and then to yellow, and then to green, then to blue, and then there would be purple in there, and then back to red. So I need to use something that's going to be that we have enough of. So we have green that we can double, we have orange that we can double, and red that we can double. So let's go back to, I'm not going to use these exact pieces, but let's go back to red. Okay, so here's what we're thinking. Orange, yellow, green, blue, orange, red. And the reason for that is I can switch this around and put orange on each corner even, because then it follows a pattern. So it's like orange, yellow, green, blue, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, red. I like it. Okay, this is the direction we're going. And I have this many pieces in red, orange that I can use. So it would be good, there we go, and this many pieces in red I can use, which I won't use all of them because there's too many. So let's take that out. Okay, so we're going to take those 2 out. So I have 2 stripes and a plaid. And here for orange, I've got plaid dots and stripes, and here I've got dots and stripes. And orange I'm going to have, or yellow, I'm going to have 4 of these on perhaps. I don't know, we'll see. Green, I've got a lot of plain green, so I don't want to use a whole lot of green. So we're going to start with the green at the bottom and have a green somewhere there. Okay, get rid of the rest of the green. And blue, let's see, blue. So I'm just kind of visualizing in my head. I'm not really committed to what's going on here, but just visualizing. All right, so I have 2 here, 3 there, 4 there, 3 there, 3 there, 3 there. So this 4 I'm going to get rid of. Now, if I have 2 here, I can start off with having them absolutely even. And then here I can have them at either end, perhaps. And I'll figure out the rotation of the pieces as I get there. Then if I have this guy up at the top and in the center and at the bottom, that works. And then if I have this one here, I'm going to switch this out for the stripe. So I have this one at the bottom, this one here, and that one there. And then this one at the bottom. And I can mix it up a little. No, let's try keeping it aligned first, and then we'll play with mixing it up a little after. So this is how I'm visualizing at this point. I don't like this, so I think I'm going to have to bring that down here. Okay, so then colored paper. I'm not a fan of these lining up, so I'm going to push that one there. And something is not working in terms of pieces. So I have to remember that there are spots here that are a full piece. There we go. And so that's going to go there. I like what's happening here a little bit. It's a little more open. I can even shove this guy up there and this guy there. And now we're, that's too normal. You see how I'm trying to give it a little bit more life by spreading it out? Maybe I need to remove some. So if I do that, let's see what happens when I remove a few. there. If I put this here and this here, and then that goes up there. This goes here. No, too many. Alrighty. So I'm going to move that one and move that there. And I'm going to take back my yellow one that I removed, put it back up there, put that there. And then I'm going to take that one, put it there. Okay, I'm starting to find something happening here. So now this and this are matching. So why don't I do that? Nope, don't like that. So the other sides are matching. Sides are matching. What happens if I take that? This feels better. We're going to start with that for now. So now I have to make sure I have enough paper. So I need, let me get my ruler out here. There we go. I need 6, 7, 8. I have 12 inches. So it's 8 and 8. So 12 inches by 2, and this is 2 by 4. So I should have enough of this to acquire the outside edges. So let's try that. Get the chopper out. Cutting it down 2 inches. And I said 6. I want 6 inches. Oh, I said 2. Okay, let's do 4 inches. And that leaves that as 6 inches, which might be too much. Take 2 inches off of that. Okay. So let's play with this just a little. And I'm noticing that my squares are just slightly under 2, which is fine because I can leave a little bit of a border around them. And then this guy can go there. So we've got something happening here. I'm going to worry about turning these little guys afterwards. All right, so then now I need so what did I measure that as? Just a little under 6. Should be 6. So I'm going to make that 6. Okay. Now this 6 is going to go here. And I'm going to have a 2-inch here. I'm just cutting off screen. It's a little easier. And a 2-inch there. There we go. Now this is definitely different sizes of squares, so that I'll have to play with. Alrighty, and now 1, 2, 3 sections of the red, 2 by 2. Sorry, pull this up. It's very hard for me to do that in my lap. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So now I'm putting 1, 2, and 3. All right. And then I'm going to need a 6-inch piece of the blue. And again, I think it's a 1-inch piece. Yep. 1 inch, or a 2-inch piece rather. Sorry. And I'm not worried if they look like they've been split exactly. It's not a thing for me. I like to have the blue going up if it's going up in both the top and the bottom. That's about all the wants I have for this. And now we're doing green, and green I need a 6, and I think this is a 6. Nice. I couldn't have planned that better. And a 6 by 2, and I think I want the pattern going long ways. So there's a 6 by 2, and then I need a 1-inch for that. Or a 2-inch for that, 2 by 2. Okay, and then I need 1, 2, 3 2 by 2s. I like this look better. So there's 1, 2, and 3. Alrighty, so now we have all our pieces. Now, I'm going to get my small trimmer because I know I'm going to have to trim down a few things here to get them to play nicely together. We're going to put that there, that there, that there. Then we have this, this. This and this. Make sure that the sides are all together. Now, I want to rotate these things. So if that one is going to be that way, then this one should be this way because they're touching. And again, this should be this way, and that's that way. Now, this one I'm going to turn that way, so that one's in the right direction. And now this one needs to turn that way. And that's fine there. This one needs to turn that way. This one needs to turn that way. That one's fine there. That one's fine there. This one needs to turn this way. Oh, look at that. that's going to be a problem. I don't think I like the look of all of these turning in one direction. Well, let's see. So we have that turning that way because of that, because of that, because of that. So that goes down and that goes up. So this will have to go down. So all those reds are going to go down. All right, so we have some movement, except I don't like that. If I, no. We're going to let that stay that way. All right, you know what I think I'm going to do? No, I think what I have to do is keep each color the same direction. So if that's going down, then that has to go down. So all those are going down, all those are going the other way. This is fine. This has to go that way. This and this and this have to go this way. And then this goes that way. And that makes me feel a little bit better. My head isn't going, wah. Okay, so now we want to stick a few things down. So let's start with this bottom row that are all, actually I'm going to turn it sideways because I want to start with one of these longer pieces that I know is not exactly fitting. So if we just move everything that way a little, if I stick this piece in the corner, which I'm going to do right now, I'm just going to double check that it's square. So it's 2 that way and just under 2 that way. So I'm going to trim this just a tad. It's got a little bit too much going on. There we go. All right, so now this is square. And I'm going to take my, if I can find an adhesive, there we go. And that is going to be my first piece. Whoa. Adhesive. All right, so I'm going to put that piece right in the corner here. There we go. All right. Now, that means I have to line this piece up with that piece and make sure that it fits properly. My tape looks to be a little bit dried out. Okay, lining it up with that. Making sure I'm 2 inches on this side, because that will mess things up considerably. I have to get above it so I can see what I'm doing. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay. Measure this one, make sure it's 2 inches. Okay, so it's slightly longer. There we go. So we're going to line this up with that. Aha! Okay, this one is not exactly the same size. Alright, so I am going to put little bits. So I'm going to line this one up in the corner. And this is how you fudge things if you're not quite working out well. So you choose a side that's going to show the short. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. Goodness gracious. What's my new saying today? Okay. So I'm going to have the outside show the short edge. There we go. And then I can trim this off afterwards. So this is going to show a little bit of white here, and you're going to see that throughout the whole piece. So I'm not worried about that because it'll be consistent. Just moving a few things around. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to do the same to my orange on the outside. On the other side, because again, I want to make sure that this all lines up and that the spaces are equal. So this time we're going in that direction. I'm going to double check the size of my piece. So that's 2 and that's just under 2. So just take a smidge off. Okay. Put that right into the corner. Push all that into the middle. And then this is going to be just a little bit too big. It's not a big deal though. Okay. Make sure I line it up. Standing up to do that. I want to make sure that this is 2 inches on this side. Oop. A little fussy. That looks good. And that's going to be good that way. Okay, but we're short. So we're going to square this one up because these are not exactly 2 inches. So I'm going to square it up and leave that short bit on the outside edge again. That's very bizarre. There we go. Oh, it doesn't seem to want to give me a short edge in the same place. So I'm going to have to shorten it just a bit so it matches the other side. No, I won't. I'll leave this there. And I put this in here. Then we have a short edge right there. I'll leave it like that. Just realizing I really want to make sure this is even. And right at the bottom corner. There we go. It's not even. Okay, and then that will fit in there and leave a little space there. Okay, so it's a little bit of fussing, and make sure it goes in the right direction. And lines up. There we go. Okay, so we have our little white line here. I may not like that in the end, and I may try to do something with it, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. Okay, so now we're doing the red. Actually, I think we need to do the one right down the center. So let's take the red off. So that's red. There really isn't one down the center, is there? So if I do that and that, and that, and that. All right, so I'm just thinking here as I motor along. Okay, that's going to be trimmed. So there's going to be a little bit down the center. So I am going to put a small smidgen starting on this side. I think that's the way to go. A smidgen on that side. Let me just square this up. Oh, I know what I did wrong. I want to base it on 2 inches, and this is not properly on. Okay. So, this is going to have a space because it isn't quite 2 inches. So we're going to run that along there. Now that makes sense to me. Make sure that that sits properly. Now you want to make sure that you're correcting your mistakes as soon as you see them, because your adhesive will eventually go permanent, and the next day it probably won't be movable. Okay, and this guy is going to go here with a little bit of opening there, and then this guy is going to go here. All right. There we go. So we have some opening there. And then this guy, and this guy, and that guy. There, now they'll fit properly. Perfect. Okay. So now I'm putting him across the top. All right. And then this guy should go in next. Let me just move everything down the way and see how that works. See if there is an issue anywhere. Okay, that will work. So we're going to do that. Uh-oh. Find another tape runner, Chris. All kinds of trouble, that one. There we go. Much better. This guy is going to fit right in there. And now he is too big on that side. But that will leave a line on that side. So that's all good. This guy can go right up against there. This guy goes right up against there. Okay, goes right up against there. And this guy goes right up against there. All right. There we go. We're working it, and we're going to have lines here. So green. It's going to go that way. Alrighty. Now this one is going to have the line. I think these actually fit perfectly right across, right? Yeah, okay. Okay, and then this guy, I'm just going to cross over, and he's going to have a line down here. It's better if everything is exactly the right size, but my squares in the beginning were not, so I'm struggling a little bit with keeping everything square. So I'm just going to cover that up. And that's just a little bit off at the bottom. They seem to want to stick. Okay, that's better. All right, then we're going to do blue. Okay, so this is not right. Because these are in the same location. It should be down and up. Okay. I should have taken a picture before I started, folks. So if I So basically, this now, I'm going to shift up there. And just turn this the other way around. So this is going to go down here. Like that. This is going to go in there. Like that. And this is going to go here. Like that. And then this is going to go here. Like that. Just shift everything just a little bit. Sorry, just fiddling. Just me fiddling. Space there, there, and there. Okay. Like I said, I'll just wait and see how it all comes out when I'm ready to put down my it's a bit crooked. There we go. It's better. Then okay. Now, this is going to go here, so this guy has to go down here. That guy has to go up there. There we go. That's the way we go. Okay, so we're going to put our blue guy up. Like I said, I have not done this before, so when you're trying something new, you will run into some issues. But as long as you sort of just keep your head about you. There we go, that goes there. There we go. That goes there. And that goes there. Perfect. And now we just have our red pieces to put down. So we have 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I don't want those to be together. So that is going to be like that, and like that, and like that. And then we're done. So let's start from here. Line it up along there. And this is going to go this way. And that's going to go that way. And then this is going to go this way. You want to try to make sure your flowers will be right side up on the side that you need them right side up. And this is my right side up. And there we go. Okay, there we go. So this is the finished page. You can flip it around and see which way you like it the most. I think I like it this way. All right, now let's think about where we're going to lay out some photos by using our photo mats. So let's see. Let's do a couple of 4x6s. Oh, let me trim it. So we're going to do 4x6s. We'll try a couple of 3x5s. Maybe some squares. Maybe a 4x4 square. And I think that's going to be good enough. Now, because you're doing squares in general, you could decide to do nothing but square pictures, and that would kind of emphasize it, but I don't know that I really want to do that. I think I like the idea of having rectangles and squares because the background has both in it. So let's see what we can do here. We have Okay, 2 of them there. 4x6s are a nice big size. They're awesome for at the top of the pages. Okay. I think I'm going to go smaller there. I think I'll do a 4x6 here. There we go. And I think I'll do 3x4s. 2 3x4s. And that'll give us enough space for a title. 3x4 and a 3x4. And I'm going to drop that down. Now, because these are all the same height across the bottom, it gives you a nice balance on the bottom. I'm going to put a title there. Let's see, what are we going to call this layout? All right, let me grab some title stuff. I was thinking birthday, but I think I'll pass on birthday right now and see what we have in here. See, that's kind of a nice colorful title. It crosses the colors in my layout, but I may have to put a backing on that because it's just maybe a little too pale. So maybe if it was on white, very narrow white background, that's one idea. And I have a couple of these guys too that are plain white. Now remember that the backgrounds that are white there are where photos are going to be, so they're not going to end up being white necessarily. So I could put sparkle there. Again, I don't feel like that's going to really jump out. So we got 2 possibilities. What else do we have in here? I think these are too small. Want something a fair, nice size. What have I got in here? Got these cute little guys, but I don't know that I'm going to make it that way. I've got BFFs. Nope, that falls a little bit behind. Just finding the right color. Playdate. Oh, I'm stuck here. There we go. Could be Playdate. What else is here? Adventure. And this one isn't quite so white. This is a little less white. No, that's pale. I kind of like the Playdate. I think I'll pull that out. Adventure's just too pale. Put that in there. And these are all the important things. I have many, many, many choices. not be restricted. Okay. Just one quick look. I could do the gold letters. Could do best ever. Looks great on the way, but I think it would get lost. And then there's always the opportunity to use black. Happy memories. Black always stands out. Maybe I think I'll do that. And put all these other guys back. Just go right back to the simple black lettering. I don't know where that went. There we go. Okay, black lettering it is. This is going to go back in its little bag so it doesn't get too wrecked up. As you can see, I have a lot of options for titling. And the more options you have, the better it is. It's also the harder to choose from. Oh, weekend. I think that's going to go right there. Okay, I am looking at weekend right there. Happy memories, just the details. Just be happy. You are happy. You are memories. Oh yeah, today was beautiful. Do all the things. Fun, good. Fun weekend. That appeals to me. Alrighty. We're going to do that. Now that things are getting a little bit easier to get together, I was able to go and scrapbook with my very, very close friends this past weekend, or a weekend ago actually, and it was fun. Oh, this is so sticky. Sticky, sticky, sticky. Let's just get you in here for now so I can figure out where I want you. All right, so you're going to go there-ish. There we go. That shows up very nicely. And the other thing I'm going to use is the word fun. I'm going to put that across. F U N. It's a little bit crooked. There we go. And there's where my pictures are going to be. These guys can come up a little. All right. Now, from here on, the decorating part is totally up to you. I'm not sure that I can get the gold to show up, but what I will probably do is add some flowers to where the photos are going to go. So I'm going to create some false mats there so I can put that picture at the end of the video so you can see the finished product. But basically that is the technique. And as you can see, once you get your photos on there, you get to see the colors and the play of color of oranges and you know, orange, yellow, green, blue, red, and orange. And it's active, but it's not horrendously difficult to see. So that's the point I want to make. You can use up all those scraps, even though they look like they're a little too active. They tend to mellow out once you get your pictures on it. And the other thing is we have, if I point them out, got some spots where there's white, but it's not like it shows up. It doesn't show up as much. So anyway, that is the strategy I use for today, and I hope that you will find a use for it in your own working and using up your scraps. And this is the finished project. Before I had it switched left to right, but I changed my mind. I liked it better going in this direction. And as you can see, I've added a few of the doodads that came with the sheet, a couple of little hearts, some dots here and there, some arrows, just to make it a little bit more funky and to draw your eye around the page. So there you go, and that is the finished layout. Thank you. Bye-bye.